How's it going, everybody? MrYourWilly here, and time for another episode of Better Than Wolves. If you haven't already yet, I posted a video of the announcement for the event that's going to be happening this Sunday, which is the 18th, from 11 a.m. I accidentally said p.m. on the video, but 11 a.m. till about 1 or 2 p.m. We'll be playing Terraria, Minecraft, and Halo 4. It'll be the last event that I'll be hosting on this channel, and it'll also most likely be the last video I post on the channel. But don't worry, my next channel I'll be hosting events as well. So if you miss out with this event, don't worry about it. You will be able to hopefully join in the next events that I'll be posting just as fine. Now, the events will be... Just wanted to make sure that that was running. It wasn't something else. My headphone was quiet. Anyways, the events may be live streamed. The Halo event, I'm not sure because Xbox streaming is a bit finicky. Sometimes it doesn't like to stream. But at least the Terraria one and the Minecraft one, I'll most likely be streaming those so you can watch it. At least the event, how well it progressed and everything. Hey, 12. So it did work, because we had 9 in there before. So that's nice, and that menu keeps popping up. So I'm going to take that away. And one of them got stuck here. Don't know why that is. That shouldn't have happened. But yeah, as you can see, I removed this. So today we're going to be working on... oh yeah, I also changed the fireplace a bit as well. So it's a little bit of critiquing. I might do something with this one. I'm not sure if I'll just leave it like that or not. But yeah, it just looked a little bit odd, so I just kind of widened it out just a bit there. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that. Today I'm going to work on finishing up the roof and that chimney. I'm gonna make it go up after I figure out how the roof is gonna work. And where is the sun? There it is. Also, I want to show you guys the other designs that I made for that tree design. So we'll do that at the very... yeah, we'll do that at the very end of the episode. I'm not sure if I wanted to do it now or not. But yeah, I'm going to work on the roof and the walls and all of that. So I shall see you guys in a bit. Just finished cutting down a whole bunch of birch trees here. And got some of the leaves. There we go. Not a lot of leaves, surprisingly, dropped from here. But trying to collect as many as I can. I'll use them so I can plant some more at the home base and all that. Just because I want to use it for the roof material. I was thinking, do I want to do it out of stone or do I want to do it out of, brick, make like a brick roof. But seeing as the chimney's made out of brick, I thought that would look weird. So I'm going to do it out of this lighter colored wood since the rest of the place is kind of made out of wood. Also, I wanted to mention, just because I feel like it, I will be, for my new channel, I'll be doing a whole bunch of videos. And I will try and do my Season 3, which will be actually called Season 1, because it's the first version of it on the new channel. As soon as all the mods work for 1.6, I could start it like right now with them working as 1.5, but why? I mean, most of them are like almost ready for 1.6. I think I'm only waiting on maybe 3 or 4 mods, maybe not even that many now, for them to finish updating to 1.6, and so no worries on that. And on my new channel, I'll be doing one Minecraft Let's Play, like how this is a Let's Play, at a time, unlike what I did last where I did Season 3 and Better Than Wolves. So when I'm done with my Season 1 Let's Play, I will be doing another Minecraft Let's Play if you guys want me to, and it will be of another mod. So it won't be like Season 3 where it's like a mod pack. It'll be more like my Better Than Wolves where it's a individual mod that changes a whole bunch of aspects. A lot of people suggested that I try doing Terra Firma Craft again because a lot's been done with that mod, and that'd be a lot of fun. I like that mod. Some people suggested that I do my Ether Let's Play again, because that was the first Let's Play that I did on this channel besides Halo. So I might do that again too. That would be kind of cool. So, you know, the opportunities are endless, and there's tons of mods all the time that add new variety and all that. And I might even just do it as like a puzzle map Let's Play, so that would be fun. So, you know, I'll try and keep it as one Minecraft Let's Play at a time. Oh, there must be a gearbox like right underneath that. That's funny. Like, why is the dirt smoking? But just gonna let this cut up, and then I'm actually gonna put it in again, cut it up again, and then a third time. That way I can make stairs the most efficient way, instead of, you know, whatever it is, 6 blocks for 3 steps or something like that. I actually can make it out of 1 block per step. I like this valley. It looks really cool. But I'm gonna let that cut up, and I'll see you guys in a bit when I feel like talking about other random stuff. Alrighty then, so I wanted to show you how to make a pedestal. Make it like so, put this like this, and you get 6 pedestals. Now I only need 1, unfortunately, but I guess I'll keep the rest for whatever reason in the future. Then let's get up here. Do need to finish that off, but started working on the roof, and here I'm connecting it to this roof. It's going to be the main roof, but this part back here is offset, and it's a shorter roof. I tried making it so that this was like one really long roof, but the problem is there's this there's this post here, but if I make it center with that, it actually makes the post here just looks weird. So, oh well, I'll have to fix that, or not fix that, but I fixed it by making it just 2 roofs, one larger than the other one, going in that off-center direction. I don't know why my shift didn't work. That was weird. But anyways, oh, one more thing I did forget. It's gonna make some corners. And that keeps getting in my way. I think I've had to skip the night like 3 times since I started this project. So I don't know how much longer I'll be on. We'll probably finish up the roof here very soon. So let's get there, this one, and that one for the corners. And I was gonna think about putting the corners there, but now that I think about it, I think it'd make it look too squarish. Not much of a design to that. But right here, I'm going to put the pedestal, because the pedestal has, so there's a pedestal, and there is a solid block. So on the very top part of it, it has that design to it. So I like it because it kind of gives it this kind of curved point structure to it. And you can make a pedestal out of a couple other different stone materials. I don't know if you can make it out of wood though, but I like it. It looks good. And yeah, I do think I will keep it like that. I can even see what it looks like from this side if I put the corners in. So I have enough corners. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the corners out. It makes it almost just too square and on natural. Somewhere down there. Anyways, I'm going to finish up the roof. I'm almost done with it. I just need to get these corners down. I need to figure out how I want to end them. Probably just a simple, you know, step up kind of a design. But I'll be back in a sec when that's all finished. Alright, I'm just going through the house right now with my glasses to make sure there's a dark spot here, so I put a torch up there. A couple dark spots here. Not much I can do about that, I don't think. Let's see. Oop. Oh, huh. If you shift, you can actually put it on top. That's gonna be the only dark spot, eh? That's not too bad. I'll deal with that. That's like 2 blocks worth. Like right there. I think I already checked the downstairs. So I guess I'll go into creative just to show you guys the house finished here. So we have the chimney going up to a smokestack, which I kind of like the design. Turned out pretty well, I think. Then we have the two roofs that are one's higher than the other, which also looks pretty cool here because this one's not only smaller but also further back. This one, they're the same distance out, and I could have extended this one more if I wanted to, but it would have just looked weird, too much of an overhang. So I put a step here for that. This design, it was easy. It was just a step, siding, molding, and then another step here, and a slab or siding there. I was going to do like the typical 2 steps design, and I'll just show you that, which is kind of like this, and you have a block there, but it makes it look too flat on the outside. So I'm like, you know what? No, I don't like that. Let's do, whoops. Oh, good. I still have some in here, so I'll just use that. Go away. There we go. So I did that, so it kind of makes it still look curved outwards. I did that on all the sides. This roof curves down here, and then this roof goes out to the patio, so it makes an extended roof on this side. So even though those two are out the same distance, it still has a difference of that one's shorter and this one's taller, but also longer on this side. All the roofs have an upside down stair underneath it, which I really like the design of that as well. Obviously we have the little fake chimney stack there. Underneath we have just tons of room because of this, which is kind of cool. So I think that turned out really well. Unfortunately, I would have liked a post being here, but that's a step, so you would have seen the post on the outside. Another idea, I tried putting molding back here, which I don't have any molding. Here, I'm just gonna make a piece of molding and show you. And the reason why is because if you have molding in the back here like so, it makes it, from this point of view at least, look like it's going into the post. And then from the outside of point of view, it's a bit thicker and it works. But the problem I was running into is it just made it look too thick in the back on that side. Like if I did on all of them, it just looked too thick. But now that I have this outer edge, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, another problem I had was the very top here. It didn't look good having that small little edge, and so what I did is have this, which made it look funky here. But it doesn't look as bad now that I have that roofing here, but it doesn't look as good as I'd like. So that's why I didn't have that design. But you could easily use that design in your own build. If you end up liking that look and don't mind it, feel free to, of course. That's just one of my peeves in this build, is that design. Well, seeing as I actually used material to make that, I'm going to keep it. But yeah, the farmhouse is finally finished. Next episode, we will kind of work on the farm a bit here. Like lay out some wheat just out in this area, flatten it a bit. And then I have one more thing I want to do for you guys before I call the episode an end. One second. Just forgot to test this idea. Yeah, I'll keep that. There, I got to use it. Alright, next episode I want to do one more thing for you guys before I call this season an end. But next episode will be the season finale of my Better Than Wolf series. Wow, that all grew out quite well. Oh yeah, we should test out over here. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series so far. Nothing more. It's been a lot of fun. Got to build some cool things. That road will definitely be completed. Farm will be completed. One more secret project will be completed next episode, so it'll be a busy episode, hopefully. I did promise you guys that I'm gonna log off of here at the top. I did promise you guys that I'll show you some of my other build ideas for the tree cutter, so I'm just gonna cut and be right back. Alright, so here is my test world. So this is obviously the design that I ended up sticking with. It cuts down the trees here. It places the sand or gravel, whatever have you, up here. These are unlimited, so what I could do is I just put in my inventory and it would give me more, as long as, it was when I was placing it. So, because I had to test this thing quite a bit to make sure it was working and all the timing was accurate. And then at the end I just had down here was my collection pit, which I actually ended up building into the design when I was actually doing it with you guys, because I'm like, oh, I can just get into the collection pit from like this corner, so there's no worry about that. Some of the other designs, I'll go ahead and go from the first design, which is actually a modified first design. The first design actually had saws all along the edge here. But then that was like obviously all right next to it. So instead I changed it to have sticky pistons here and here. And this tower of lights is very simple. When you remove it, it activates this row of pistons and this row of pistons because they're next to each other, which would allow the saws to move in front of the tree when it was fully grown. Obviously this side would have the similar thing, so it would all be cut off, which allowed the saws to cut. The product, being the wood and sawdust and all that, would only have straight down or in the collection pit as it was to collect, and then it would go and recline back, basically giving it more room, but it wasn't enough room. And right in here was, let's see, some water. So basically a piston or a block breaker would break that, allowing water to flow into that block and then over this block. And I'd have some kind of grate or pit or something here, and that allowed me to reach in and collect all of the stuff from the collection and sawing and all that. And these would be running all the time, but because it wasn't touching the saw, it wouldn't activate until it moved in front of the saw. So that was one design I had. Here was me testing the collection, depositing, and breaking system for my automated sawmill that you guys saw me build. So that was me testing that out. Timer circuit for the auto cobblestone and stone generator, making sure that that system worked. Over here was another design because that was too closed in. So I'm like, okay, I'll make it slightly more open. So what this design did is the tree would grow, and then this would activate, which would activate a piston. Obviously that was in here, because this is powered, the piston would become pushed, pushing the logs in front of here. This would deactivate, and then a simple sand crank would basically, this would push this over, the green block would go here, this would push the red block here, before the green block moved over here, so there was a platform for the sand to be on. And then this would go down, that would go up, and it would basically keep running around in a circle, until I figured out a better design from this, because this was too bulky, which is the design that I used later on. I'll show you. But this was another idea I had. This was basically this design, just more built out. And then I realized, oh wait, this is higher than the 12 block allowed push vertical, so I needed to figure out another way of doing it. And then I also was like, this is too close still. So I designed this, which, as you can see, a tree did grow here. So it worked exactly. It had enough room for a tree to grow, which is perfect. Here's me testing the block breaking part of it. And so I was at this stage testing out my ticker unit, moving the pistons, and this is the unit, or the sand clock design that I have used instead. And I have a small version of that here, and I can show you. This is a single pulse. It's a mono circuit basically. So basically how it works is I push this redstone deactivates this, but this, after a set delay, reactivates this. So it only pulses for a very, very short second. So basically, this turns off, turning this on, this turns it on, and then it goes off again. And it's just quick enough for this thing to, here, and I'll even put more sand, because that's how it would be designed. Sand would fall, it would push it up, and then it would fall again. So it's designed just quick enough, and here, I'll show you from here. So there you go, pushes it up, quickly grabs it before the sand falls down again, and the other one will grab or push the sand while this is moving back. Seth Bling did this design. I'm not sure if he's the inventor of the design, but he showed it off, and I'm like, oh, that's a little bit better than what I was doing. So I like that one. So that's what this design was to be, to make sure, it could go up and it would push it down. And so here is the final design, and I realized, well, if I'm gonna have it fall, I need to have at least 10 blocks of sand in reserve. So this design is too quick. This only has 2 blocks of sand in reserve, and that's not enough to push this up, knock it down, and push it down. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish blocks before it gets a block to actually push the logs down, which is problematic, because maybe it's a short tree and I need 6 blocks, or maybe it's a really tall tree and I only need 3 blocks. Well, I need to account for the 6 block difference, and if I only have 2 extra blocks, that's not going to be enough. So here I have the whole length of a tree in excess. So if this tree is super short, it can push the remaining blocks of sand, crank it out before it gets to the last one, which then will push it down. So, oops. Okay. I thought I had the log, but so this design basically does the same cranking action, and then halfway through it does another crank. So basically this does the pull, and then this pushes up, and it's at the maximum distance, so it won't push any more sand unless there's a gap here. So there's no worry about that. So this will basically grab these 2 blocks in reserve, and then this will start pushing it up. So that was one design, and that was the design I started to build when I first started it on the Let's Play section. And that's why I built this huge stairway down, because that's why I had this huge loop. And I'm like, why do I have this big loop? Why don't I just have it have the sand up there already? And so that's when I came up with this much more compact design, where the sand is already up here. And then it would fall down, break into the little dust, and then I could just go in here, collect the dust, make it into, the stacks of 4. So I could just, oh, come on. I'm failing the stacking of 4. Nyah, there. And I can get 16 blocks of sand from a stack of 64 piles of sand dust and just refill it. And eventually I would run out of sand, and then I'd use gravel, or I'd start off with gravel or whatever. But so that's all of my designs. You can even see my windmills in the background. This is the area that I originally built the design for the windmill. I had to duplicate it so I could, because I only built half of the windmill, because, the back was almost going to be identical. So I only built half the windmill, and then I copied it, rotated it to make the final count of the design. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, I have my original work shed, which is actually not that bad of a design now that I think about it. But this was the first work shed that I was going to build. See, I even have the little smoking soul stone there. And then these were my original roads, but I'm like, these roads are way too big. But this was my original road. I even built a gutter design. Not very unique gutter design. This is kind of cool. So, seeing as this show and tell kind of a day, I guess. This was going to break it, place it, so I had the 2 different kinds of enchanting systems. So that's one thing. This was a cool design. I was going to make, remember, a logging camp. So how it was going to work, so I was going to have this auto log cutter, which this is the final design of it. That was the test design over there. This is the actual built up design of it. So instead of having it where I would go in here and drop a whole bunch of stuff, push the button and have it dispense it, and then cut it and place it down here, I was going to have one of those. But I was also, for aesthetic purposes, because it's a, it's a log cutting machine. So I was gonna have it where you put logs here. This activates the piston, pushing the logs here, and then you would collect up here. So oh yeah, if you ever break a saw by, putting something that's not supposed to be in front of the saw, you basically get this material. So let me just quickly delete this. So it's empty. Place this down, pushes it all over, and it will cut up the logs and all that and put it down here. So what would happen is it would push it along the side here. When it got to about here, it would push it up, hence the obsidian block to prevent it from going too high up. And then it would push it over this direction. And in front of it's obviously a saw. So whenever something gets in front of it, it would cut it up, drop it down into the water, and so on and so forth. So that was one design that I have. Here was a design for a automated mushroom farm. Basically, you'd have some blocks and mushroom growing here. And then all the pistons but the center one would drop down, and right along this side would be water flowing, so it'd flow all the way across. But my problem is I couldn't get all the freaking pistons to cooperate. Like, some of the pistons would stay up, as you can see, others wouldn't. It was just, being frustrating. Okay, that's all. You've seen all of my test world designs for the end of the season. Hopefully I see you guys next episode. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to the new channel, which, if you don't already know what it is, it's youtube.com/DeviantGamerTV. Hopefully I see you all there. Adios.